Today I'm going to briefly talk about a subject that affects many of us, but we do not know how to address it. That is epilepsy. I've lived with epilepsy for over 40 years. It has not been easy, but I'm not allowed to stop me from accomplishing goals in the past, and it is not enough to stop me to continue on my journey. Epilepsy is a neurological condition characterized by recurrent seizures. There are many types of seizures, and their symptoms can vary from a momentary disruption of the senses to short periods of unconsciousness or staring spells to convulsions. Now, epilepsy can be caused by many different conditions that affect a person's brain. It cannot be transmitted from one person to another. And epilepsy affects about 2 million Americans, and about 10% of people will experience a seizure sometime during their lifetime, and 3% will have a diagnosis of epilepsy by the age of 80. And approximately 140,000 new cases of epilepsy were diagnosed in the United States in 2010. And epilepsy results in an estimated cost of $15.5 billion in medical costs and loss or reduced earnings and production. Now, my seizures have been traced back to a near-death experience when I was about 3 years old. When my family relocated to Cincinnati, Ohio from Daytona Beach, Florida, I had an emergency appendectomy, and the surgeons had left gauze inside of my body, and I become very febrile. I've been diagnosed with what's called complex partial seizures, and during my seizure activity, what happens is I am aware of my surroundings, but everything sounds garbled to me, and there's also a feeling of deja vu. Now, when I was younger, my teachers would tell my parents that I was a good student, but oftentimes I would not pay attention, and many of those times what was happening is I was actually having a seizure. And this went on for over 10 years, and then what would happen is I was reading out loud in class, and a teacher called me, but I did not respond. So until I was about 15, I was finally diagnosed with epilepsy. But what I really want to say to you all is that if you have epilepsy, or if there's someone who you know that has epilepsy, there's no need to be ashamed of it. If you do, then please learn as much as you can about it. You need support, or that person needs support. And I recommend 2 websites to you. There's one, www.epilepsy.com, and there's another one called www.talkaboutit.org. Thank you for your time.